The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Fore!
Welcome, friends, to Golf is a Four-Letter Word, the show that gives you the inside scoop on the best public courses in New England and other golf hotspots. So whether you're a worm burner or a total ace, join us at the 19th hole while we talk all things golf. Now approaching the tee box, your hosts, Craig and Janine Dufton.
Hey, good morning, everyone. And I apologize. Janine actually had to work. It's a sad thing. But I've got I'm not even going to say an even better substitute, but a good substitute for him. My son Jake Dufton is fresh off the plane from Hawaii.
Yes,
awesome.
Yeah. 6 a.m. yesterday.
How you doing?
Tired.
Welcome back, Chrissy, through. As always.
Hi, thanks.
Looking very pink again.
Yeah.
And Murphy's here.
He's just chilling on the couch.
And we actually have somebody else in our audience today.
We got the one and only David Sampson in the audience.
Yes.
A.K.A. Sampy. So we'll give him a shout-out.
Plymouth State pitcher extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah.
Live studio audience today.
Avid vacationer of Salem, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
When he's not in Rhode Island, he's here with us in New Hampshire. How's it going, Sampy?
It's going really well.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Good. Was I just too loud there?
No,
All
you're
right.
fine.
Sorry. I'm just trying to keep it low for these guys because they partied a little bit last night. So. You doing all right?
Me? Yeah, I'm good.
That's why we started a little late. I wanted to give them a little extra time to sleep in. And, it's a tough.
Appreciate that.
It's a tough time change when you fly. You flew at 2:00 yesterday your time.
I left.
So it's 8:30 our time.
2 p.m. Pacific Standard, and we got here basically midnight Pacific Standard, a.k.a. 6 a.m. here. So I time traveled my way here. It was nice.
Yeah. Basically, you lose all that.
Yeah.
It's really wild.
It's used to it. I'm used to it now, though, that direct flight. If you're ever going out to the islands and you're coming from the East Coast, you definitely have to do that direct flight from
Hawaiian
Boston
Airlines
to
is
Honolulu.
definitely the best airline to fly.
You don't like
get on the plane in
layovers
Boston
like
and you get off the plane in Honolulu. It's nice.
Yeah.
Although it's a half a day later.
I know. And then you're going backwards. So my flight back is, I want to say 9 a.m., and I'll get there like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, Hawaii time. So it's just like my whole big Sunday.
So
Nice.
It's a good segue because that's what we're going to be talking about today. As you can tell, we've got our Oahu golf apparel gear on. Yep. A little shout out to our
OGA.
Our OGA in Hawaii.
Made
in
island.
Hawaii.
Yep.
The apparel's made in Hawaii.
Yep.
And it's actually the most comfortable golf shirt
Honestly.
I have ever owned.
Yeah, the
Super
material
stretchy.
is awesome.
Yeah.
I felt it earlier.
It's like wiki and I don't know. It's not made of this earth, I don't think. I think it's from, when they landed at Area 56 or 4, 2, whatever it is.
We're getting there.
One?
Yeah?
5. 55.
55?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good enough.
So as we were talking about, we're on the tee today with Jake. He's a Hawaii resident. He's no longer a New Hampshire resident. He's an actual Hawaii resident and an organ donor, just like our good friend McLovin.
That's true.
Yeah.
I get that one enough throughout
Is that
the days.
Murphy barking?
No, there's
No.
a dog outside.
Dog's outside.
That's a very loud dog.
Yeah, that's... You
You guys
hear
might
that?
not be able to hear it, but there's soundproofing in here, and we can still hear the dog.
So our front nine this week is brought to you by our newest sponsor, the ELK Mortgage Team and Fairway Mortgage. You can reach Josh and his team at 603-570-9338. Experienced, local, and knowledgeable, the ELK Mortgage Team.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for
Josh.
sponsoring us. Appreciate it. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a little history of golf in Oahu. It came to Oahu in 1898. That's where Jake's from. He's from the island of Oahu. There are 7 islands in Hawaii. We could name them all if you wanted, but I don't know them all. Does Jake?
Don't test me on
No,
the
Jake
spot.
doesn't know them all either. So look them up. Google it.
Oahu.
But we're
Hawaii,
on Oahu, where Honolulu is, where
Molokai,
Pearl Harbor
Maui,
is.
Nihau.
And
I just butchered that one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm like, did you just
sorry.
speak Japanese?
Close.
Ni hao. I'm like,
Ni hao.
I
think that's Chinese, ni hao.
Oh, look, I'm so uncultured.
We're all very
I'll just sit back here and shut
Pretty
my
sure,
mouth.
pretty sure that's Chinese. Gonna just say. So
Sorry.
in 1898, the Mauna Lua Golf Club, 9 holes opened up.
Mauna Lua.
Yeah, and today Oahu has golf courses that range from simple affairs to those that host the Champions Tour. which is also another golf course, a Wailea Country Club, every
Yep.
January hosts the Sony Open for the PGA.
It's the second event every year.
Yeah, and the first one is Kapalua on the beautiful island of Maui. So when it comes to golf in Oahu, I know a lot of people fly. I've golfed in Oahu with Jake. It's a great experience. We have some pictures rolling down below. We'll put them up on our Facebook page after. But there's like some absolutes that you have to remember. Like every golf course in Oahu is different than the other golf course, right? Because you have different. The landscapes are so diverse. You have ocean views. You have mountain views. Well, it doesn't matter where you are. You have mountain views no matter where you are on the island. But the second thing is that you've got 35 or 40, I think maybe over 40 golf courses now that you can choose from, right?
There's 40, I think, 42? Something
42.
Like that. But a lot of them are on the bases. As you know, we have pretty much every branch of the military out there. So a lot of them are on the Navy base or the Army base and stuff. So if you're a resident, you can get onto those courses and golf those courses. But a little bit more of a process. But a lot of those courses are very well maintained, crew out there every day, and you're driving by them and you're like,
the military loves their golf. I played at Camp Lejeune, and I've had the pleasure of playing at a couple of different places, but it's really different. Fort Devens before it was a red tail. So talk a little bit more about that though. Your experience in Hawaii with the military. You drive all over the place. You work for a plumbing supply company.
Mutual Plumbing Supply Company.
Shout out to Mutual Plumbing Supply.
Mahalo if you're listening. Yeah. And I'm basically a delivery driver, but warehouse worker, but just gives me all these opportunities to just see different places around the island every day, and very, very thankful for that. But a lot of the cool stuff is I'll go to Kaneohe, which is in the northeast part of the island, and that's going directly through the island, coming out of the Kunia Tunnel, and you go in on the ground level on one side, and on the northeast side, you come out and you're halfway up the mountain, I think 500 feet up, 600 feet up the mountain, and you're looking down and you see Poly Golf Course.
Yeah.
That is my home course out there. I play it pretty much every Sunday just because it's $41 for 18 holes on a cart, and we're all about saving money here.
and it's an interesting golf course because it's on the leeward side of the island.
Yep.
Right, and that's the third factor of Oahu golf is the wind. Right, there's nothing like the wind in Hawaii. It's an amazing thing. I've never seen anything like that. I sat outside on Waikiki Beach, beautiful sunny day, always down there. It's always sunny, like in that southern part of the island. And then you turn directly behind you in Hawaii, and you look up at the mountains, and they're completely covered with a rim of clouds going over. What are the name of those mountains? Something other mountains. The big range that goes through the whole thing.
Oh, the Waianae.
Yeah.
Waianae mountain range.
So that mountain range is always fighting the two winds, right? So you have the windward wind, which comes from the west side, and then you have the leeward wind, which comes from the east side of the island. And the island is literally 40 miles wide, correct? A little bit over 40 miles?
End to end is right about a little under 40.
Yeah.
East to west.
East to west, 40 miles. So that's like from here to Boston.
And north,
right? Basically.
And I think most southern point tip to Laie, which is where we went, those food trucks we went to. I think it's right around the same, 30 miles, 35 miles.
Yeah.
So really not that.
Yeah, so basically the size
we're used to here
of Essex County or Rockingham County around here, and it's incredible that you have 42 golf courses on there because literally in the middle of the island is a mountain there's no golf courses on that mountain. No. It looks like Jurassic Park. I mean, the leeward side where we are in Pali, where we played our first round of golf in Pali. Talk about that place. The view of it is absolutely incredible.
So that's the one I was saying for when you're coming out of the Kunia Tunnel and it's on the Pali Highway and you come out and you look out down on your left and you see all of Kaneohe Bay. I wish I sent you a picture. I have some great pictures.
I think I have it. We'll put some up there though for people.
For next time, too, and put them on the Facebook or something so you guys can see. But it's just unreal. I remember. I'll never forget the first time I drove through that tunnel and I felt like I was just entered a different world. Like you're on a whole different world. But those golf courses out there are so different from any of the Honolulu courses or the Ewa side, town courses and stuff. just because you feel like you're in a jungle. It's so much more humid, so much more rain, so much less wind on Poly. But we never really had to deal with any wind problems when we were playing on Poly. But rain is usually a factor in those kind of courses because you're obviously right next to the mountains, and the wind is kind of just pushing all that rain right up towards the mountains, so it just sits there.
It's really an amazing thing. You have to see it to believe it. It's just the wild. It looks like, on the car commercials where they have the wind blowing up over the car to show you the aerodynamics of the car. That's what it looks like. Wow. It's like the winds they're fighting each other from the north and south all the time. And talk about the North Shore, though. I mean, we're going to talk about Turtle Bay a lot more because I'm going back out to Jen and I are going back out there in September, and we're playing Turtle Bay. And this is one of the golf courses that you have to play if you go to Oahu. Definitely. Yeah, I
haven't played it yet. All right, give me a break. It's one of those courses that's just everyone knows about it. Every local golfer on that island every once in a while they'll go out of their way to get on Turtle Bay and play it just because it's such a top tier course. Everything is so I hate using this word, but it's such a pure course. I know everyone says that word all the time.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
It's really one of those
those
times where that word just applies and it's perfect because I've been lucky enough to drive plumbing parts there and pipe for other stuff they need renovations, and I'll take my time driving out of there just because it's such a nice course just to look around.
And it's literally Turtle Bay. There's turtles everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'd say 5 minutes to the...
Chrissy likes the turtles.
5 minutes back towards the North Point, you're right at one of the most populated parts with sea turtles and everything. You can go right up to the beach and obviously don't touch them. Leave them. That's their land, their space. But a lot of turtles, a lot of cool stuff up on the North Shore. North Shore is very, very well known. Pipeline Beach, Waimea Valley, Waimea Bay, all those very, very popular surfing spots. I don't know if people remember Kelly Slater, Rob Machado, all those big guys out of Australia. You get them. The surfers, all those big guys. They're all from that area in the North Shore, Pipeline Beach and all that.
They're still there.
Still there.
Yeah. They're all, I love you got me into the YouTube videos of those guys.
Yeah.
Like that. What's the guy who just goes to different places and does stupid shit? They were going down the pipe.
Oh, yeah, Jamie O'Brien.
Yeah, Jamie O'Brien.
Shout out Jamie O'Brien. Stay psyched. He's not watching this, but thank you.
He will. We'll get him. We'll hashtag him on there.
Definitely.
And they do this. They do the most wildest things, but it's all involves some type of surfing. Like they even blow up rafts. And there's what's that place called? You can't get to it. It's a drain.
It's like one of the water drains from the rain that runs off the mountains. And a lot of the locals and everything, they'll take surfboards.
Tubes,
rafts. And in this instance, they took one of those 10 by 10 pink flamingo floats that you can fit
That's wicked.
10 or 15 people on it.
You got to see it. It's on YouTube. You got to see it. It's crazy.
We'll put that video in.
And it's illegal to do this. It's obviously you're not supposed to be doing this, but they sneak in and they find in ways to get into all these places. There's so many things in Oahu to do besides golf. But we'll focus on golf a little bit.
Over 200 hiking trails. It's just never get bored.
No, you never get bored.
You guys just tell Dave that you need me on site when you go there.
Yes, absolutely.
I can claim it as a business trip.
We definitely need. Yeah, I'll do it too. We can do it as a business trip. So let's talk about a couple more things really quick before we go to, and then we'll talk about specific courses on the back nine. But to finish up on our front nine, the geography of the island makes, like we talked about, makes for so many different styles of golf.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you're in Poly, you can't take a divot the way that you take a divot on the other side of the island. Like the grass and it's all like Bermuda type grass.
But it's a thicker blade. Yeah. Bermuda is how they describe it at their course, just because there's not many cuts, so it's just kind of one big fat layer.
Plant. Yeah, it just looks. And then you try to take a divot, and underneath is this like really thin clay. But it just absolutely stops your club dead.
The first time I played there, I won't lie, I started golfing I won't even flatter myself, about a year and a half ago. So my game is very new and still trying to figure out everything that I have to do just to stay average. This is what we're all trying to do, is be average in golf. But I've played at Poly, close to 15 times, I'd say. And first round was like a 110, something like that. And then as I got lower and lower and lower, started to realize how to play the course and the land and everything. But then he came out, we went to Eva Villages, and it was an actual green with different cuts, fairways, and I was like, woo, everything, just like right up my everything out the door.
It's true. I mean, let's just talk about this before we take a quick break, Jake.
Yeah.
The greens are the trade winds blow 15 to 35 miles an hour almost all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other side of the course, on the windward side of the course, it's going to exaggerate your swing. You know, like everything you do, if you make a mistake, it's going to just exacerbate it for you.
Yep. And
then, you know, the good part is, though, that they have huge fairways to make up for the fact that you have to go left and you got to go right. It just, there are some places that aren't so forgiving.
It's a let her rip kind of course.
Yes.
Very forgiving.
And the one place I want to make sure that before we go to break, you got to visit Roger Dunn Golf in Honolulu. Okay. It's the coolest place in the world. It has everything you ever need. You go in there, you're not going to need anything else. So shout out to Roger Dunn Golf too. Hashtag Roger Dunn.
They're at the Ward Shopping Center in Honolulu, if anyone's familiar.
It's Ala Moana, right?
Right near Ala Moana Beach Park. Yeah. But it's the Ward Shopping Center is what it's called. It's the bottom floor. And they have everything. They did a club fix for me. I've gotten discounted balls there, so I get whatever I need there.
Well, when you're a new golfer, it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back. We're going to have a word from our sponsor, United Compressor and Pump.
Does your industrial air compressor or pump need repairs? Or do you need a completely new install? Either way, you need United Compressor and Pump. United Compressor and Pump are the experts in industrial compressor and pump installations, maintenance, repairs, and sales. They deliver competent, quick, and incomparable compressor and pump service for commercial and industrial customers in New England. With high-quality products and service, United Compressor and Pump strive to provide same or next-day high-quality service like no one else. So if you need help with your air compressor or pump, then you need to call the company that'll put you first. United Compressor and Pump. Call us today on 603-552-5885. That's 603-552-5885. Or visit us at 157A Plastow Road, Plastow, or UnitedCompressor.com. United Compressor and Pump. When you need them, they'll be there.
When you need them, they'll be there. Jake used to work at United Compressor and Pump. He shout out to our boys there, and I'll be over there in a couple hours after we're done here. Let's talk more about other golf courses the other golf course we played. You and I, Eva Villages. Yeah.
So Eva Villages, it's one of the municipal courses. So when you're a resident out there, you have the option to get a local golf card. I don't have it with me. I would show you guys, but Poly is one of the golf courses. Eva Villages and Ted Makalena Alawai Golf Course, which is down near Waikiki on the Alawai Canal,
which is one of the most played golf courses in the world. Yep. It has over 500. Am I all right, sound-wise? A little better? Check.
There you go.
All right. I'm back. It's the most played golf course in the world, supposedly. 500 rounds of golf a day. And talk about trying to get a tee time there.
I've lived there almost 2 years. I've never golfed there. I've been trying to get a tee time on the weekend there for a while. But they do a lot of good like charity tournaments and everything there. So it is a very, very busy course. But that being its location is why it's so busy, because most of the island is down on the south shore in Honolulu because it's just so populated. All those high rises, skyscrapers, all apartments, so many people.
And Alawai is like literally just north of Waikiki Beach.
Yeah.
Just right on that inlet.
Yeah. It's literally right there. So if you're down there, which is a very popular.
And where's Ted Makalena?
Makalena is actually right near Eva. Right near Eva. It's in Waipahu.
And then there's Westlock and Kahuku are the other two municipal courses.
For our history buffs, it's right on the other side of Pearl Harbor, the Waipahu course. That's the Ted Makalena course. And that course, wind is the only factor, I might say, because you get there and some of the par threes and par fours, I remember there's a par four, it's like 295.
You land right over it, too.
295.
The airplanes land right over it, too, right? From
they come in
Honolulu
from
Airport.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So wind is a factor at Ted Macarena. I actually played there with my friend Jess. Shout out Jess. Him and I play every Sunday. And we did Ted Macarena about 3 weeks ago. He shot a 78. I shot a 98. So we had a good day.
Yeah.
But wind was the factor.
An average of 88. That's not too bad. We'll take it between the two of you.
Yeah, we'll take that.
What about some of the public courses, Jake? Have you played anything like Bayview Golf Course, Coral Creek?
Yeah, actually.
Hawaii Kai?
We didn't even talk about that. I played Bayview last Sunday while you were on Father's Day.
Yeah.
What didn't get the chance to be with him.
That's all right. I was watching John Rahm kick some ass on Father's Day. It was awesome. It was the best round of golf I've ever seen someone play.
On my phone.
Yeah.
But no, I was at Bayview last Sunday. It's a shorter course. It's a par 60. And it's obviously just par 3s and 4s. I think there's 4 par 3s. I mean,
it's a very popular course for tourists, though, too.
Yeah, very, very popular.
Very popular.
You get a lot of, there's a Marine base in Kaneohe. It's an Air Force and Marine base. So you get a lot of local people who are in the service and everything. So it's very, very popular course. I was lucky enough to get a time there last minute through Golf Now, that app. You can book tee times through whatever.
Dude, we're just hashtagging everybody. We're going to hashtag everyone today. See if anyone wants to sponsor us. Golf Now.
Let's go. But I ended up getting a tee time for it's like 11 o'clock, one person. It's like $21, cart and 18 holes. I was like, yeah, sign me up. I got there. I was alone. I ended up jumping in with a group of guys in front of me, 3 of them, and ended up having a great day. Father's Day.
Excellent. Yeah. I had a great day, too.
Yeah.
I got my calls from my boys from Hawaii.
So. All right, he bet, what'd you bet, like 200 on John Rahm?
I
came out on top, dude. I'm
not going to lie. I bet $100 on John Rahm, and I won $850.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it was very, very good, and have since spent it. So
yes.
Let's talk about some other ones, man. Coral Creek Golf Course. I know another popular golf course, Hawaii Kai, the championship golf course.
Yeah, Hawaii Kai is on the windward side, and it's like, when I say on the windward side, it's literally right on the coast, like right on the cliff on the other side of Cocoa Head, which is a very popular hiking spot. But Hawaii Kai Golf Course has the executive course, which is the regular 18, par 72, by 7,100 yards. And they have the championship course, which is the par 3, and that is a very, very fun course.
And it's the only golf course that has 27 holes on the island.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And Kapolei and Kulau Golf Course.
Kapolei is undescribable. I forget the exact event. It was a LPGA Tour event they had in, I want to say, April. But I was there the weekend after, and they still had a lot of their stuff set up, like tents and everything. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is a lot of
stuff you can hit into and get a free drop from.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But that course was very, very, very fun, actually. I remember I had 2 birdies, and they were both on par 5s. So I was satisfied with that course. My first time playing it. I played it one other time. It's a little bit more on the pricier side, but that being said, you get the leather Tempur-Pedic seats in the cart. You get the GPS on the top. Like, I'd say very well worth it.
But what's the weather around here? Is obviously last couple of days has been pretty horrific. It's way higher than in Hawaii right now. Hawaii's
goodness,
mid 70s right now.
You guys were saying it was hot. I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I stepped out of the baggage claim yesterday, and I had sweatpants on. I had a long sleeve. I was just like, oh, what the heck? I'm like, freaking get my shorts on right up.
Instant sweat.
I think I looked at my phone yesterday when we were golfing. Hickory Hills yesterday, and what was it, like 94, 95?
I know, you gotta love the kid. He lands at 6 o'clock. Gets picked up by his friend. I didn't even have to pick him up. I was happy to, but I was happy not to either.
Shut up, Matt.
6 o'clock in the world.
The 6 a.m. pickup.
6 a.m. flight in the morning. And we go have breakfast. We go to United Compressor to check in for a little bit, and we go have breakfast. And then he comes home. He power naps for like 45 minutes. And then we get out there and we play 9 holes and it's 100 degrees all day yesterday. It was so hot.
Yep.
Wow.
And then I've had to play 9 more in my league, and we never made it because the worst parts of the Bible happened like around 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday.
Goodness. Yeah,
I was waiting for like an angel to come breaking through the clouds and with a big sword or something.
Yeah.
We were in a little.
It was crazy.
We were trying to get together to do another 9 at night because sun doesn't set. I haven't been here in a while. I don't really remember.
The sun doesn't set for a
sun's
while.
good for a bit. So,
Yeah.
but as soon as we were going, we were gonna go do Atkinson, but the sky opened up.
Yeah,
Skies
it
opened
did.
up. Yep. So let's talk a couple more. What do you think? Did you play Kululau golf course?
Cool out? No.
No. Makaha? Was that Makaha?
Makaha?
Makaha? See,
Valley. Mililani Golf Club. That's in the town side.
Now, Pearl Country Club is the one
Mililani.
that's a really nice golf course too.
Yes.
But that's the one that you were talking about. Tell that story about how you have to get a day pass.
No, that is the day passes are just for. I think it applies to if you're trying to golf on the mainland on any base. You just have to get approved for a pass for that day, and then you can go onto the course, no problem. But it's kind of difficult when you gotta book the day of your pass to get approved when you don't know what time your tee time is, and it's just
And they don't care. And when you ask them, they're like, "Oh, could you just give me a day where I can get a tee time?" And
they're protecting our borders.
We don't care about that stuff. We just don't want you on the golf course if you're not the right person and you haven't gotten the proper paperwork. So, but Hawaii Prince Golf Club, Ko'olina Golf Course, and Turtle Bay there are three resorts that are on the island. And I guess Hawaii Prince, we were supposed to play at Hawaii Prince, but we didn't get to go there.
Yeah, Prince Waikiki is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a hotel. My bad. But now one of the top courses there is Hawaii Country Club, and it's Arnold Palmer designed course. I can't describe it.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about that. It's semi-private. It's a semi-private course
that I am going to have a lot of trouble trying to get on to play because it's very, very exclusive. The memberships are very, very up there.
Yeah. How much? Do you know?
45. I think 45,000.
Oh my God.
Right around there. But yeah, that's one of those courses that you should put on the list too. Turtle Bay, Hawaii Country Club, Kapolei Golf Club, I'd say. Top three.
All right. So
But
that's where we're going. That's where we're going when
If you
we go
want to
back.
take the route that I take and save a little cash, Bayview and Kaneohe, that's a good one. But ultimately, if you're going out to Hawaii,
Well,
make
when you
it
live
work.
on the island and you live on a budget, you gotta do budget golf.
Yes,
but
yes.
when mom and dad come to visit, those
Take
things
advantage.
those things are all off the table. So, mom and I we've been saving since like 1987 for this trip. So it's it's that expensive.
Wow.
So what else do we cover? What else you want to talk about Oahu's golf courses? Like you were saying, you were giving out good golf deals. Like you want budget-friendly golf, you can do Bayview Golf Course. Hawaii Country Club, you said, right?
Yep.
Or any of the municipal golf courses.
So,
Or catch a twilight. They have twilight specials.
yep, they do. It's kind of hard when you're as a tourist there if you want to golf because obviously these local courses they want to have a priority be the people who are going to give them the most money and come and play every week, but the rates for tourists tend to be a little bit higher. Obviously, I feel like
Yeah, I
that's
played with you
everywhere,
guys
but
at
that was at Eva Village.
Eva Village, and
It was 40.
it was
41.
$80 for me, and
Wow.
40 for these guys.
And I was at Kapolei with my old roommate, and him and I and a friend, and his mother was on the island visiting, and she obviously wasn't a resident, and she paid like $160 at Kapolei.
Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive. It is. I mean, and the best thing we talked about is a hashtag Golf Now app, right? Because it gives you deals all the time. There's, if you're there by yourself or if you're there with your partner and he or she doesn't golf and you want to golf and you want to bring your golf clubs. It's easy to do. Hawaiian Airlines is so accommodating for that too. Shout out to them again. They are unbelievable.
I got my $20 travel bag on Amazon.
Yep.
I've been to Florida with my clubs, been out on the island with my clubs, back here now. I brought my clubs, obviously, but
Nice.
no, I mean, if you're traveling and you want to golf, that's a good app. That's a great app.
Yep.
I use it, honestly, it's a little hack for you. If you even just go onto the app and just search weekend tee times and don't even press anything, just do it. They'll give you a notification like that day or the next day, like, hey, here's a deal. Like, check this one out. That's
Nice.
what happened when I ended up jumping in at Bayview. They gave me like, hey, a hot deal. And I clicked on it. It was like one spot left, $20, 18 holes. I was like, wait, what? Like,
Damn.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
there goes my Sunday. No.
Hey, that's a great way to spend. If your father's not around, it's a great way to spend
Yeah,
it. You know,
definitely.
So we're wrapping up. Anything else you want to tell people coming to the island?
No, just respect the island like it respects us.
Oh, that was so sweet. All right, our quote of the week, brought to you by our friends at Scott's Roofing. Contact our friends Sean and Darby and their service team today at 603-505-4455 for all your roofing and siding needs. All right, this is an Independence Day quote. I figured it would be a little bit more appropriate because we are coming up on our country's 245th birthday, right? And my 53rd birthday.
35th.
I've been alive 53 of those 245 years. So freedom has its life in the hearts, the actions, the spirit of men, and so it must be daily earned and refreshed. Else, like a flower cut from its life-giving roots, it will wither and die. That is our former president, Dwight D. Eisenhower. And I wanted to thank you, Jakey, for waking up early with us and
Thanks for
taking a
waking me
long
up.
flight and coming
Appreciate
out. And we'll be playing some courses next week with Jake, and if he's still around, we'll bring him back one more time.
Let's do it.
And remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us wherever you listen to our podcast.
Yep. We're on YouTube.
Thank you, Chrissy, as always.
You're welcome as
And
always.
as always to you, my golf blessing to you is may your swing be straight and the ball fly far. May your round be blessed with no worse than par.
I like it.
See you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.